Hi, it's Dominic. If you are into AI images, AI influencers, and the latest in the AI world, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. In today's video, I show you the exact 5 steps I follow to create perfect AI images of anything you can think of. This is a very powerful skill and gives you completely new possibilities. So make sure to watch the entire video and pay attention to every single step. Before I show you the exact 5 steps, we have to define one thing, and that is what actually is a perfect AI image. It's an image that looks as close as possible to the idea you had in mind when you decided to create an AI image. For some, that's hyper-realism. For others, that's more a artsy comic style. Good, now that we defined what a perfect AI image actually is, we can start with step number 1 in the process of creating a perfect AI image. Step number 1 is thinking of the image you have in mind, seeing it clearly in front of your inner eye, and realizing for yourself which are the key elements that define exactly that image. And to get my point across, I want to give you an example. For many of my social media reels, I work with AI created images to underline what I actually want to tell in the video. And in one of my videos, there was a statement that went like that: researchers are shocked by what they discovered. And to underline exactly that statement, my idea was to create a perfect AI image. That's why I defined the following elements as key characteristics of my image: shocked face, someone who looks like a scientist or professor; an object, what the professor is actually shocked about; and an atmosphere or background that is coherent with the message and the feelings I actually want to deliver, which is shock and fear. After you define these key elements, there's step number 2, and that is writing your first prompt. And in this particular example, this could be something like a hyper-realistic of a shocked professor looking at a discovery dark atmosphere. That was the prompt I used as an initial try. After you have that prompt, you can go over to step number 3, and this is creating your first image, which is a first draft. For the image creation process, I like to work with the Flux models, which I access via Replicate, because this is delivering great quality. You don't need a membership and it's super easy and fast. But of course, you could use any other AI image creation tool. Now that you have your first AI image in your hands, or better on your computer, we can directly go on to step number 4, and this is analyzing the image you got. Because in step number 4, we have 2 options how we can go on from here. Case number 1 is you're almost happy and you see that the AI understands what you actually want to see in the image. In that case, I recommend you to just generate some more images, and it's very likely that you get exactly the image you're looking for. In case number 2, you are very unhappy with your result and the AI image creation tool got your idea completely wrong. In that case, I recommend you to adjust the prompt step by step, starting with the aspects of the image that were the most off. In my particular example of the professor, this was almost everything, especially the discovery looked weird and also the face expression of the professor. In my opinion, this was a complete mismatch with the idea I actually had in mind. That's why I decided to adjust the prompt. Prompt number 2 went like that: a hyper-realistic image of a shocked and terrified professor looking at some numbers reflecting in a glass surface, dark atmosphere. You see, by that little adjustment, I tried to change obviously the feelings in the face of the professor, and also the way the discovery, which is so shocking in that video, is displayed and illustrated in the video. And my idea was to use like mystic numbers on a glass screen to visualize exactly that. But the result was still not exactly what I was looking for, so I gave it another try. And prompt number 3 went like this: a hyper-realistic image of a shocked and terrified professor looking at some neon green numbers reflected in a glass surface, dark atmosphere, and horror movie. And this is a little trick of mine. Sometimes it's easier to just use some context words like horror or horror movie to give a certain feeling and atmosphere in the image. And as you can see in the examples, in that example it worked quite well, because now I get these neon neon green horror movie style, and that's exactly what I was looking for. The image I received was almost perfect, and that's why I decided to just generate some more, and voila, I got my shocked professor and exactly the image I was looking for. For the video I wanted to produce in exactly that example with the professor, that image was perfect. But sometimes you just need to adjust some little detail, and then there's one more step you can do, and this is step number 5, in which you change little details. Let's say you like the image you got, but for whatever reason you just can't use that image because of one detail. For example, the professor needs to wear glasses and you got the result without glasses, but everything else is just perfect. In this case, there are actually three ways to solve that problem to still be able to use that image. Way number 1 is adjusting your prompt and adding just a word like glasses or wearing glasses to your prompt, fixing the seed number and just generating the image again. Fixing the seed number, if you go with that way, is very important to make sure you get a very similar image. Because if you change the prompt and you go with a random seed number, you will most likely get a completely different image. And as you already liked the result a lot and you just needed a little change in the details, it's important to fix the general image and working with the same seed number. Way number 2 to change little details is using the inpainting feature of your AI image creation tool. You just mask the area which you want to change, for example around the eyes, and then the AI redraws exactly that area, and you can give a prompt like glasses or wearing glasses, and then the AI will just inpaint exactly what you want to see in your image. This also works very good, but it's a little bit more work than way number 1. And there's the third way of fixing that problem. You could of course also use image manipulation, a software like Photoshop, to just add whatever detail you want to see in the image. But as this is an AI channel, I don't want to talk too much about image manipulation. I just wanted to make sure to include also that method in the video, because sometimes you just don't get what you want, and then it can be necessary to work also with image manipulation. Good, that's it for the 5-step process I use to create perfect AI images of literally anything. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got a lot of value out of it. If so, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments how you create your AI images. I hope we see each other in the next video. Take care and goodbye.